So, the story starts with Hibiki running for his life. There's this rabbit monster chasing him. Hibiki has no idea how he got here, and he definitely doesn't know what that rabbit thing is. Then he hears a girl's voice in his head. She says she can appraise the rabbit for him. But the rabbit gets super close, jumping and trying to grab Hibiki. By accident, Hibiki ends up squishing the rabbit with his bag and, well, finishing it. Not too far away, an adventurer named Emilia is heading into the forest to hunt. Suddenly, she hears a voice from the sky telling her there's a rare item nearby, so Emilia goes off to look for it. Hibiki is happy he got away from the rabbit monster. He checks his phone and sees there's no signal. He starts getting hungry and wonders if he can eat the rabbit. So the voice appraises the rabbit for him. It says the rabbit is edible and makes a super tasty stew. So Hibiki shoves the rabbit in his bag, thinking he'll eat it later if he doesn't find anything else. Hibiki starts thinking about the voice he's hearing. To try and understand it, he starts having it appraise things. He appraises the ground in front of him, and the voice says it's a maze eater. Hibiki gets even more confused by that answer. The voice keeps saying the same thing, so he decides to appraise himself. Suddenly his profile pops up before him. Hibiki notices that his job is appraiser provisional. He can't figure out why his job is provisional. Hibiki still doesn't know where the voice is coming from, so he asks it who it is. The voice just says it's there to support him and won't say anything more. So Hibiki looks at his status again. He sees he has a bunch of skills and he tries to activate one of them, but it doesn't work. Hibiki asks to start a tutorial to learn how to use the skills, but the voice says the tutorial is already running. Hibiki is totally confused. He tries to activate a different skill, and this time his world map skill activates. But the map is just a single line tracking a path for him. Using the map, Hibiki looks for the city's path, and by evening he reaches a paved road. Then he runs into a scary monster. You can see drools dripping from its mouth when it looks at Hibiki. Hibiki is absolutely terrified, but before the monster can eat him, Emilia shows up and kills the monster with an arrow. Hibiki is so happy to see her because she's the first person in this world he can talk to. He thanks her for saving his life and he notices her big ears. He figures she must be cosplaying an elf. But when he appraises her, he sees she's a real deal elf. Emilia asks him what he was doing in the Maze Eater's grassland, but Hibiki has no idea what she's talking about. So Emilia explains that a Maze Eater is a monster that disguises itself as grass, waits for prey, and then eats them when they're tired. Emilia is relieved that Hibiki survived the Maze Eater, and she hugs him tight, treating him like a little kid. Hibiki feels bad that she thinks he's a kid, and he tells her he's a 16-year-old young man, which Emilia has trouble believing. After eating the rabbit Hibiki caught to satisfy their hunger, Hibiki asks where they are. Emilia tells him they are currently in the Hebrastia kingdom. But when he asks about Japan, Emilia says she's never heard of it, which makes Hibiki sure he's definitely in another world. Then they set up their bedding and lie down, and Emilia activates a barrier with her magic. As soon as he lies down, Hibiki falls into a deep sleep. This makes Emilia realize Hibiki is an innocent child who easily trusts strangers. She thinks Hibiki is that special thing the voice from the sky was talking about. In his sleep, Hibiki remembers the day he went to a cafe with his friends. He had told his friends that his body wasn't growing with his age, and his friends had told him to just trust time. Then, when he got to school and opened the door, he saw a bright light and found himself in this world. Hibiki wakes up from his dream. He sees magical spheres flying in the air, and the voice tells him it's a magical barrier that Emilia cast. Hibiki sits on a stone and looks at his status. He starts wondering again why his job is provisional, but this time too he doesn't get an answer, so he goes back to sleep. The next morning he starts heading toward the city of Lowell with Emilia. On the way, his world map skill alerts him to monsters nearby. Emilia is surprised to find out he has an AAA rarity skill, which means it's a super rare skill. But Hibiki doesn't think the skill is that special because it just tells him about monsters and people nearby. Emilia tells him the skill is very special and can help an adventurer survive in a hostile environment. But Hibiki still doesn't even know what an adventurer is, so he uses the voice to figure out what adventurers do. Hibiki checks the surrounding area on the map and spots a crystal horn rabbit nearby. Emilia gets excited because a crystal horn rabbit's horn sells for 200 gold coins. They hide in the grass and watch the rabbit eating peacefully. Emilia casts a spell to hide their scent and sound so she can hunt it. She then creates a magical arrow out of air, but the rabbit dodges her attack and runs away. Emilia explains that this rabbit is really hard to hunt because it has an escape skill, but it can't use the skill when it's attacking someone. This gives Hibiki an idea. He wants to lure the rabbit into attacking him. They corner the rabbit with a wall, and Hibiki lies down on the escape path to tempt it. As soon as the rabbit attacks him, Emilia, hiding in the bushes, shoots it with an arrow, and they manage to hunt the rabbit. This also shows that Hibiki is weaker than the rabbit, as the rabbit doesn't attack creatures stronger than itself. Hibiki gains experience for helping with the rabbit hunt, which raises his level. They take the rabbit's horn and head towards the city. Up above, God is watching over Hibiki and prays that everything goes well for him. Hibiki and Emilia finally make it to Rowell City. Emilia is totally worried that someone might mistake Hibiki for a kid and rob him, so she makes him wear her coat. She warns him to be super careful around the city folk. Then, Hibiki tags along with Emilia to the Adventurers Guild. When the other adventurers see them together, they think Emilia finally formed a party, but because Hibiki looks like such a little kid, they start making fun of her. Hibiki can't do anything to stop them, so they ignore them and meet the receptionist Jewel, and Emilia tells her they want to sell an item. Jewel takes them to the guild master Bal's room. Hibiki sees that Bal's is this total bodybuilder who loves showing off his muscles. Hibiki gets super excited and starts asking him for bodybuilding tips. But the two girls get annoyed by their chat and shut them up with magic. Emilia then shows them a crystal horn rabbit's horn. Bal sees it's 3 times bigger than the last one, so he offers Emilia 400 gold coins for it. Hibiki thinks Emilia will be super happy, but she feels he's offering way too little and asks for 800 gold coins instead. Bals tries to explain that they don't have that much and asks her to lower the price. But Emilia threatens to sell the horn at another market, so Bals bumps up his offer to 700 gold coins, and Emilia accepts the offer immediately. After that, Emilia sits down with Jewel to handle the transaction stuff while Hibiki waits for them outside. The voice tells him his tutorial skill level can increase now, but Hibiki has no idea what skill she is talking about. The voice explains that this skill is given to weak people who can't survive in this world on their own, and it helps them get info and skills from God. Hibiki gets it, he's alive because God helped him and he thanks God. God tells him to keep praising him and explains that he'll keep helping. Hibiki tries to ask God some questions about this world, but he doesn't get any response from God. Just then Emilia shows up. The receptionist gives Emilia a letter, and after reading it, Emilia finds out her family needs her, so she decides to go home. But she can't take Hibiki with her. She asks Hibiki if he'll be safe without her, and Hibiki promises he can take care of himself. Hibiki says he wants to become an adventurer because he saw some quests that don't need any fighting. Emilia is happy to hear that. She gives him the map to her hotel and then rushes off. Emilia is running fast when she bumps into a girl. A guard asks where she's rushing off to. She tells them she got a message to get home quickly. The girl she bumped into says she's also heading toward the Elf Kingdom and decides to join her. After Emilia leaves, Hibiki spends all his time lying around in the room. He's played games so much that his phone battery is dead, and now he wants to go back to his own world. Just then Tanya, a hotel employee, calls him to come down and eat. As Hibiki gets out of bed to go downstairs, he realizes he's almost out of money. He needs to get a job, but he has no idea what to do. Hibiki opens his status screen to check his skills, and the voice tells him he doesn't have any skills he can use in a fight. The voice says he's gained 2 new skills. One is medical book and the other is contract. Hibiki thinks the medical book skill is really useful and expresses his wish to learn it. So, the voice makes a medical book appear in front of him and starts uploading all its info into his brain. After the information transfer is totally completed, Hibiki goes to the market to shop. Hibiki buys armor from the blacksmith's shop and then heads to the Adventurers Guild to find a job. Just then an adventurer party walks into the guild. Their leader is super badly wounded, bleeding all over, and 2 of his limbs are missing from his body. They ask Jewel to call the guild master for help, but Jewel says the master is out of town, and even a healer's magic can't stop the bleeding. Hibiki thinks maybe he can help with his medical book skill. He tells the adventurer's teammates that he has a medical skill and wants to help, and they let him come closer. Hibiki goes up to the adventurer and starts examining him with his medical book skill. The voice checks him out and says poison is spread throughout his body, which is why the bleeding won't stop. Hibiki asks how he can fix him. The voice says to cure him they have to bring back the missing limbs and he only has 5 minutes to do it. He needs to use skills like Hyper Cure and Perfect Heal which require 650 MP, but he only has 56 MP. So, Hibiki tells everyone there all this info, hoping someone has the necessary skill, but no one there knows hyper cure or perfect heal. Hibiki doesn't know what to do, so the voice tells him to use his contract skill, which lets him get MP from others. Hibiki immediately tells the adventurers this, and the adventurers' teammates instantly agree to form a contract with Hibiki. It's a temporary contract where they just have to say they agree to the contract, and their MP goes to Hibiki. Once Hibiki has enough MP, he first uses Hyper Heal to get rid of the poison in the adventurer's body. Then he uses Perfect Heal, which makes the adventurer's severed hand and leg grow back. But this uses up all of Hibiki's MP, and he collapses from exhaustion. When Hibiki opens his eyes, Jewel is standing in front of him. Jewel thanks Hibiki for saving the adventurer's life and tells him the adventurer was her little brother, Jade. Hibiki is happy he could help. Then Jewel says she told everyone to keep this incident a secret. Hibiki asks why she's doing that. Jewel explains that if people find out he can use such special skills, they might misuse him for money. For his safety, Jewel suggests he join an adventurer party, but Hibiki doesn't want to rely on others for protection. So Jewel suggests he hire a bodyguard, which Hibiki quite likes. In the meantime, we see a demi-human in a cage and he looks totally furious.